That will cost them. We are hopping into game number 3 out of 8. And tuning in with Fox and Valorant Zero, this was the team up at the top of the leaderboard because of their elimination heavy game style out of Pleasant Park.
That's right, guys, and this is the battle of the Boroughs, and Jersey, of course, kind of slid their way up in there. Here's the team, Fox and Valorant Zero. I think the leaderboard at the very end was a little bit miscalculated. It swung back in the other way, so they might be in second place right now with 130 points, but just showing how close the competition is up there. 3-point difference. I mean, we just watched the EU kind of DreamHack solos unfold between Teak and Mr. Savage. A few points, a few placement points shows you that every single engagement matters. And right now it's looking like that, a neck and neck race between two power forces.
So uncontested out of Pleasant Park this time, just like in game 2. That first win made it so strong. Bugsby also continues to frag at Lazy Lake. They have another team who ended up trying to push them in the mid game in Lazy Lake, and now they're actually there at the start of things. Starting off with an elim makes it so that they have the advantage. Meanwhile, that Roat fight at the Authority with Blue Tea and crew is still ongoing at the Authority, but Roat starts off things strong.
That's right, he's gonna find bacon strips there for the quick drop. Looking good for them, so we're gonna get that nice perspective and swing over now. What's left of Bacon Strips' team is probably off running. You can see that's the one sole cursor off on the eastern portion of the island there. Trying to get away now. I love what happened here around the Authority, the fact that there's still water surrounding it, but now it's much more land mass, so you can really get up onto those side kind of walls here, making it seem like much more of a fortress than anything else.
Oh, and they do have the card too. I was worried for a second that the last remaining player of the trio that they're fighting ended up getting the grappler and making his way out. Here's another fight that we saw last time, and it's unfolding in the exact same situation. The Aircore, Mind, and Spark will take height on the starving Oxygen trio of Joe, Pump, and Redux. Actually, I'm pretty sure. I know it's New York, but I'm pretty sure Glizzy changed his name to Glizzy from Pump.
Hey, I call it how I see it half the times, with the amount of pros that don't know how to pick and choose. Regardless, though, this is quite literally a mirror situation as we saw before. Same setup too, the high ground, the hold, the push in. I mean, last time we saw this, Spark was the last alive in the squad mate. Looks like it's looking quite literally the same. Joe's getting in there already backed up and tagged up as Redux. But remember, it was the team on the low ground here. It was Redux and the Starving crew that managed to get the first knock to bounce back. And it was because of plays like this. Darkcore trying to play sneaky for the angles here. And it's going to work out this time, though, as Joe is pressured in under the ramp. He's stuck. It's up to his teammates to back him. And if Darkcore would have just continued the pressure, he had an opportunity there with the fumbled edit. But it's okay. The counter pressure comes in, and they're not going to let him get away for free. The SMGs are going to find its mark. And down goes Spark now and Darkcore here. It's not looking too good.
Just like last time, things are drastically falling in the other direction. Mind will find one by himself, but quickly he gets out and then gets coned, but might actually finish this off. No. Spray through on the side after the cone, and then also one from the top. Well executed, well coordinated. Chemistry showing off from Oxygen X Starving.
Good plays there. And I mean, it's the same fate. The knocks go in their favor first. Love that the whirlpools are also re-enabled right now. You can see so many more opportunities to exit and rotate out. There is a whirlpool just over there. The team that's firing in is sitting on a boat right now. 2 boats, make it 2, firing in multiple missiles here, trying to see what they can find and fish out. And looks like the peppers are going to come in and they're going to escape.
Another squad that has been certainly W keying and getting some elims is this one right here, Soul Chasing Invidious. Although they did fall in the mid game last time, they're down and chasing another. He's stuck below the bridge, and they will root him out, instantly knocking him, and they've got protection too from all sides. One elim already accrued. I'm not sure where the rest of his squad is. If they know, yes, I think they do. Literally, they've already marked it. They know he's in the shed. This team has been ratted out, smoked out, and they will be able to finish this almost instantly because there's no space. They even get some nades in. Wow.
Oh, no.
Right through the window. And that's it.
Unfortunate. I mean, he was also, you know, he shaked him down. What did you think was going to happen? You knew you were there. Yeah, the guy ran under the bridge and shook him down. Okay, so they peppered when we last tuned in Joe, Redux, and Pump here, like you said, but they didn't disengage. They just backed up and they're stood here to take the fight. It seems like there's a team up above now. Yes, throwing rockets down, and this is not looking good for them. They're in the pinch for sure.
I think that's got to be Marauders coming off of the hill. There's so many. I would not expect two teams to be here. I wouldn't even expect one to be pushing on them after they already had their fight. Usually Craggy's one of those safe spots, but instead they've got some trouble. Lurking in the mist.
I think it's a trio and a set of Marauders, to be honest, but hold up. Joe's on some pressure now. And Joe's going to put all the nades in the box, tries to sneak the team in. It might work. Okay, a little bit of disruption, though. He's still in the game right here. Has to break the floor now to save his squad mate. And this is going to work out. His boy is still alive. Glizzy's still in the fight right now against Doe. Wait, what is happening here? Oh, no, Glizzy's going to fall. Okay, so he slips through the build. He comes down to save here.
Wow. Just in time, and I think they might actually be able to pick it up, but here he is on the stairs. He's gonna have to get off of that and force the stairs, but he gets him up, but not before losing his life, and that's the end. Starving falls to Claw, who dives in the box in a 1 versus 2, and you're right, it was a Marauder squad plus the trio who moves their way around. And here again, Bizzle and crew is pushing into Lazy Lake onto one of the better squad or trios out of this entire area. Jared's, Gonzo, and Okote on the backside. They're getting pressured now, but this is, I think, the first time we're really seeing Bizzle, Zexo, and Jath in the mid game. And he's got 11 peppers. Is that real right there for Bizzle?
Yeah, I think you can hold like up to 15 or 20. So that is indeed a true pepper hold right there. Pretty crazy.
Oh my God.
I mean, and honestly, that's just good luck, right? If there's anything you want to fall, it's either the shrooms or the peppers. But peppers arguably more OP as you get later into the game.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure. And there, the kid's shotgun on Zexro. You know, he's known for his aim. He's got a launch pad too, so they found 2 out of Caddy, 1 from the supply drop, and then 1 off of floor loot, it looks like. Jath as well has a shockwave launcher. And with 0 elims, being able to find this again, it looks like they're not getting contested at Caddy anymore. They went off the first game and move out. So we'll hop back in with them when something interesting happens. But for now, we're looking at Soul and chasing Nvidia. So we saw already get 2 elims. They're in another fight against Spark and crew, who we saw last game get into a really, really uncomfortable storm fight on the edge of zone.
But every time we've seen Taco and Spark, I mean, they've been on the losing end, even if they got away with this fight. We saw extended. It didn't go well for them once they got to the zone afterwards. But now they're fighting in the storm. Let's see, or sorry, in the safety outside of the storm. No longer gonna be an issue for this battle here. See, it's gonna work out now. Nvidius is gonna get dropped though. He's not available to back them up anymore, and this is gonna be the disengage from Chase and Soul. So they lose to Taco and crew. Taco and Spark here again, the second time back to back. 2 games in a row now.
Last time we saw one of them stay for a while, but this time it's a full disengage from both sides. Maybe because it's in the zone, there's a little bit less of a shock factor when somebody ends up continuing to fight you. It was off of a good set of nades from Spark from down below, boxed up, where he ended up grabbing that elim onto Soul, and because of that they disengage. A team that relies so much on their mid-game eliminations, Fox and Valor and Zero, who sits at the top of the leaderboard in the top of the standings right now as 0, even coming out of Pleasant Park. Now this time opting for a different strategy, a way to extend their game as much as possible, get all the metal that they can before moving for position going forward.
And I love what they're doing right now. Already at the top of the leaderboard after 2 great games. suddenly slowing down the way that they're approaching this game 3 here. Basically trying to secure the lead, secure the end game. Taking their time right now. Much different pace as there's more on the line now for them when they can see and taste first place here. It's so close. But all right, Roat, Blue T do have the authority loot. There goes that grappler getting put into play. You can see the benefits of it. Being able to back up here. Roat's going to be the one playing sniper tower defense. A lot of elims for the squad here. 5 elims, so they're doing pretty good right now.
Impressive stuff. Obviously getting the squad wipe at the authority. And then 2 more throughout the game. Now they're posted up in risky reels, 1 on the billboard, and then 1 all the way down by the house. I was gonna say for a second it said they were below, but there's no chance with 5 eliminations that they'll be down below. Bugsby will take more control of risky reels. All the cars gone, by the way, so no medal accrued here at all. Now getting a view at a different side of this. It's Frenzy Farm, and there it looks like 4 teams are already based up nearby. Gonzo get a pressure against Soul and Chase, but gets stuck right back. That means he has to move out a little bit, and I think the rest of his team is further forward. I see Jared's there, and there's 2 separate teams up on top of the main house of Frenzy.
Let's not forget Soul and Chase there. One of the better trios in the competition, like we said, finishing first for their region. One of the heaviest fragging squads as well. They're outed. The teams up above know that they're in the hayfields now. Still is a risk in firing in. Let's see.
They're also below Storm Surge Monster, 21. That means they're going to have to try to take a fight. They're going to have to try to take some shots. That's why he's so desperately firing upon Chase from the other side. Potential nades as well. They're spreading out to find opportunities to get above, but it doesn't matter in any case, as the 70-player threshold has gone through. Roat finds, I believe, the 2nd place team have taken Tiny Jelly and Aqua. That entire squad wiped instantly, and I'm not sure how. Maybe some nades thrown from Blue T's base. So well done there, and at the same time, Gonzo, Jared's and crew are pushing in on this fight too.
That's right, they opened up huge here. Jared's is gonna actually explode Soul there, so the RPG grenade combo was too much for them to handle, and now Gonzo is close enough to take in the fight, and oh my gosh, he's gonna drop him down to lower levels. He's gonna secure it though, but hey, he's gonna manage to crank up just in time. So a big knock here, possibly a finish. I'm not sure, the interface isn't quite giving us the A-OK on that, but either way, a great opener here. As now Chase is trying to open up the angles. The edit's coming out. I'm not sure if this is the right move for him to fight 3 players with the open edit. No, he's gonna get punished big time there. There's another fight going now. We talk about Roat, who just picked up a 3-piece. He's up against, I think that was Bugsby. Here's Tiny Jelly by himself. Remember, he's in 4th place right now. This is his lead in the balance right now. And yes, it's Blue T who's pressuring him back. All these builds are his, though. He's able to maneuver his way through. I think they found him, though, Bala.
I think they did. Already taking on 2 of their members. Meanwhile, Agers also gets a 3-piece at the same time. Tiny Jelly holding on for his life and holding on for the lead, but you know where we're at. Blue T and Bugsby are not letting them go. They've got the drum gun on his tail, and they open the edits on the backside of this too. Jelly running through so many builds. It's hard to find the coordination, spatial recognition, but finally they find him. They pounce out of the bush like a rabbit. He's done for. Actually, no, he gets away still. The speed on this man, but how long will he last? There's almost no chance.
All he needs now is to get in the cone and let it heal. If he can hide out, he might be A-OK. Minute and a half on the clock, though. Here comes the storm zone. Is it worth it? Yeah, it is. They're going to be able to get whatever they can get out of him. Not like he had much material with how much building he did, but hey, huge elimination, huge points here on the board. 8s now for Roat, Bugsby, and Blue T. There's a reason they came 2nd for the region, just under Bizzle, Zexro, and Jathan. They're proving it now as to why they're one of these stronger trios in the competition. All of the notable trios that we shouted out at the start of the show, by the way, are the ones giving us a show right now.
Yeah, it seems like they're all online. As Roat does take a snipe, but almost responds with one of his own. This team, by the way, was all the way down at 23rd the last time we checked in with the leaderboard, which means they have a long ways to go, but with the 8 elims that they've already accrued in the one game, this is going to be huge. A couple nades being set up right now from Jay, Zexro, and crew. If they spot them correctly right before, and I think they do, that mark is perfect. Here it goes. Perfectly timed. They move though. They recognize it. Magnolia, Sueso, and Mini have backed away, but now they engage. They've been forced into a cave, and I think maybe even a couple more nades. No, it's all done. This is the same type of thing that they ended up losing Jaith with in the last time. The way that they moved and tried to find these aggressive angles. This time, though, a little bit more compact, not on high ground. Instead, waiting for the zones and waiting for positioning. The zone will be perfect for them. They can actually just wait here for 5th zone to reveal and then launch on the height, which is known from Bizzle as a strategy.
I don't know, man. Bizzle's keeping a close eye on the cave. I think he's really debating whether or not they just want to smoke him out, right? From 2 angles. There's no escaping, especially with the shockwave launcher. They can propel themselves into the box, quite literally. But all right, that team's going to get out of the cave. Dangerous position. Here's Cero, Valor, and Fox. And remember, 2nd place for this squad right here. 130 points after the update. They are vibing, playing for endgame now, not taking those aggressive mid-game fights. Changing up this strategy, switching it up right now. $7,500 is in the air. Probably means much more to them than a team like Bizzle, who has the most earnings in Fortnite. So, you know, easier to have some fun and just do what he does. These guys are probably really playing for the money and the prizing right now.
For a team that might not have had too significant results throughout all of this entire competitive Fortnite history, now a regional battle. I don't even think that this is a team that has played completely with each other before in other events even. So this is new to them as well. They will make their way in, but 80 below. And with 61 people alive, this could be a dangerous surge for sure. But people able to be fired upon. It's Rocks, Janik, and Agers on the backside of that. But even more tags. Yes, they get one, but only a burst AR shot from range won't do too much. And everybody's still contesting for surge damage. And look at this, so a lot of congestion on the side. There should be an opportunity for them to find something. Yes, they get a snipe. Now 22 above, but that won't last.
Is right, so the pressure has to continue here. You can see that it's just barely slipping away, and they're praying that when that counter comes down, it's not onto them. One below now, no, they lose that lead that they had, and it's just going to be a struggle of back and forth until they find at least a big frag here. Remember, the knocked body as well can result in the form of Storm Surge too, so every interaction is going to matter now. Looking for any tags available. 10 players are gonna have to fall. Here's some big shots from downrange. One that might get them an elim, but no. The incoming fire from the high ground team, they're not allowing them to run this lobby for free by any means here. Let's see if there are minis from the crew. Yes, there are. Comes the split.
Surge is active right now, so 8 players, potentially more, all getting ticked by this. 25 damage every 5 seconds.
Okay, someone tries to jump in the
through,
box.
but there's even a box fight. Yes, the crash pad tries to get him in. Meanwhile, teams on height who have the damage don't have to worry at it at all. They're just looking down. Roy might even be able to find an angle on the team that we were looking at before. They're still on the backside of zone. They're going to launch across. Maybe dangerous while Surge is active, but no, they're going to find a nice, decent spot on the outside of zone where they'll be able to build in sneakily, I think. No, look at this. So many materials, actually. A refresh. Perfectly spotted from Roat and Blue Tea.
And you know that's probably a team that fell victim to a Storm Surge right there. That isolated loot in the middle of nowhere. It's all theirs to scoop on up, and that's going to be a free refresh, like you mentioned, for the half and half out. That's so crucial. And it's great for this team here who's on fire right now and is looking to really close the gap for the bad start, right, that they had at the beginning of this whole competition here. Now, king positioning out of Blue Tea and the rest of the team following up. Roat and Bugsy getting up to height here. The excitement is drawing near as the first full moving is approaching. Here comes the end game of Fortnite. The chaos that's going to ensue. Question is, I see Bizzle When are they going to make a stab for height? As we see Zexro as well. Is Jade still alive? I wonder.
We have to ask that question, but he is. I see him right there, spotted in the same box as them. So the opportunity will be a 7 zone or a 6 zone height take on the front side of it. Wondering too if Gonzo and crew are up and where they are in this whole kerfuffle. But again, Roat, Blue Team, Bugsby, they have the glider gun this time, which was a difference from them in the last time. Zexro ended up stealing that from them. How do they maintain? Bugsby doing a great job staying on basically the spot where they took height and maybe catching somebody off by surprise. People launching on the side of zone who think it's all clear, but no tags gained. But still maintaining height, which is crucial for them.
Player who's turning up right now. You see Jared's find one, but Okote's already down. Another knock's going to come out to Roat there now as well. So Blue Team and Roat making good work of their high ground, finding frags for it, which is super important come this late game right now. Remember, these are all points that are going to start to stack up now. Spark is going to find someone in the feed there as well. 16 teams remaining. Placement points are going to get stacked up here now. This is where it's really going to start swinging in the favor. Someone's on the layer though. Roat's forced into position now, away from his squad mates. Lucky for him though, he is going to jump up, get back with the crew. Here you saw a couple enemy builds. That's because this layer was suddenly landed on by another squad.
Meanwhile, Disrupt has fallen. They're going to take this box fight on the same layer. It's a different squad, though. It's Fabled, Taco, and crew. Zexro finds one. I didn't see any of them falling in the feed, so they're probably making their way up towards height. Yes, they are. They've got it all the way up, and now all 3 members are online, and with plenty of players still left to find, this could be huge for Bizzle, Zexro, and crew. Maybe they can start to reclaim their lead on the lobby, although Valor is the player. Oh, Bizzle will take him out. That was the player in the lead. Still Foxen leading forward. And they might still be able to grab themselves a couple more elim points because there's still 1 player left alive for them. If he can maintain all the way up till 2nd place or 3rd, they might still be able to hold on to what Bizzle and Zexro are bound to do in this lobby.
That's right, and I saw Foxen finding one in the feed as well, so the trades back and forth. You're looking at team 1 and 2 still in this game right now, going toe-to-toe. It's looking so much better, though, for Bizzle, Zexro, and Jate, though, of course, who have now 3 eliminations. The frags finally starting to convert on over. There goes that harpoon getting put into play. You can see he's pulling material and all sorts of good stuff from the zone right now. Shotgun shots are going to connect, and those are some massive ones from the purple attack right now. Big follow-ups though. More pressure here. Zero. This is the guy that they want to get taken out. This is the guy you do not want earning any more points in this end game right now. And finally, he's going to get dropped. First place conquers over the 2nd place team there, and now Zero's out of the running. He cannot accumulate any more points.
And just before, it was 7th place, so just before even more thresholds, Bizzle, Zexro, and Jate has put so much pressure on that one team that they needed to. Meanwhile, I still think Jared's is up in this. Ved 2, who got 2nd place in the first game when Zexro, Bizzle, and Jate ended up winning that. Spark NA as well, still alive. Rox ends up just falling there to Bizzle, and a couple different players all fall at the same time. We're now in a top 4 situation. Looking down, Bizzle still trying to find the edits. Players all in the box. A full trio, I believe, is still up. Minus 1 or 2 extra players. Nice control for Bizzle. He almost finds an elim, but he ends up losing, knocks him down anyways, and gets the last refresh. A top 2 situation. Trio versus trio.
Still looking like he can go either which way. Zexro nearly lost the lead there when he jumped down, and yes, he's gonna get punished again this time around. He's got to be careful as Jate is in the zone ticking away as well, and all of a sudden it's not looking too good. It can go either way. Ved's still alive here, fighting for it back. Jate's gonna get taken out, and now it's a battle for height. Bizzle's trying his best to maintain. He does choke it just a little bit here now, and now he solidifies high ground, so it's his. 5 players remaining, 2 of which are knocked for Bizzle. So Bizzle's only left by himself to finish up the rest of this crew. He's got enough mass to hold it out, and no, the pressure for the low ground. Bala, this is not looking too good for the decorated vet, and he falls just like that.
So revenge for Ved, Dev, and Dean as they lost in the first time when they ended up fighting a 2 versus 2 against Zexro and Bizzle. In this case, they end up coming out on top.